I'm going to show you how to search and how to download high-def pics if you want me to make you a skin. Google images, type in what you're looking for, search tools, more tools, show sizes. Now you can see the sizes of the pictures, but as you can see, it gets big ones and it gets little ones. So then you go over to size, larger than, 2MP or 4MP, one of those. And you can look through the pictures and it tells you the sizes. Once you find one you want, click on it. Do not download this picture, it's a preview, it'll be smaller. Go to, and it also tells you the size, what you're going to get. You go to view image. This is the picture you want. You right click, save picture as, tell it where you want it to go, name it what you want, and hit save. Now, I just downloaded that picture. Well, I'm not going to use it, but I'm going to show you some examples here. Right here is a watchdog picture, and here's another watchdog picture. When I right click on it and hit properties and details, it tells you the size. That way you can make sure what size picture you actually downloaded. This one's 1920 by 1080. Here's another watchdog picture. Properties, details. This one's only 610 by 347. Now I'm going to show you why I need a big picture for this. Let me open up one of my templates. And let me clean it up a little bit. Now I'm going to bring in the big picture. I'm going to bring in the small picture. You see the difference. Now I'm explaining to you why I don't want you resizing the picture. Okay, so let's say you download a small picture you really liked, and you figure, well, I'll just alter it and send it to Too Quick to have you make a skin. Well, you can't do that, and I'm going to show you why. I'll start here. Let's go properties. These numbers here tell you when the picture was made how many pixels it has, vertically and horizontally. When you stretch a picture, you're actually not making it bigger, you're just stretching pixels and everything with it. So, for example here, if I keep zooming in, I can define, my eye now can define the pixels in the picture. But when the picture is back like it's supposed to be, I can't see each pixel because the pixels are so small. So when you stretch a picture, you're stretching the picture, you're stretching the pixels, you're making the pixels bigger. Which means once it gets so big, your eye can define from one pixel to the next, and it makes it look all pixelated or blurry or nasty. That's why you can't stretch it before you give it to me. You gotta get it when it was made big already. Now, I can shrink a picture. The pixels will actually get smaller, which means it's even harder for the eye to see. That's why I can shrink one down, but I can't enlarge it. Now, for people who are Photoshop handy and want to make their own custom picture to have me make a skin out of, I prefer that you make it as big as you can and you give me a high DPI. I'm going to explain DPI now to people so they understand that. DPI means dots per inch. It's a printing term for printers to go off from. So if I had a 300 DPI picture, it's going to look a lot better than a 72 DPI picture. Now 72 is fine for what these sizes I'm printing here, it's fine. But if you're making a really nice picture, the higher the DPI the better, but don't go over 300, it's going to be way too much. Also, if you have a 300 DPI picture and you shrink it, the DPIs get bigger. It's hard to explain. But anyways, so let's say we went back here. If I printed these pictures as they were, if I printed this big picture, it'd come out to 26.6 inches by 15 inches. If I printed this small picture, it'd be 8.47 by 4.8. And as you can see, this picture is not going to cover this template. So that's why I need you to start with a big picture. And I'll give you a little quick crash course how I do this. I just drag my template over on top of it. There, skin made. I mean, there's more to it, and I get more defined about where I want to grab it at. But there, I just made the skin, and I can undo it too. So let's say after I made the skin, and it tells me 10.19 by 13.209. That's how big I need it for. I would print this out on my printer, and then I'd send it into the cutter, and the cutter would cut all this white out, and it'd cut all the shape out for us. So that's why I need a big picture to start out with.